What's up, guys? In today's episode of Beyond the Lecture, we're going to talk about Marxism, hegemony, and the liberal pluralist media. Marxism was founded by a German philosopher by the name of Karl Marx in the 1800s. Marx, who is also an economist, says that society is basically split into two groups. The bourgeoisie, a group of minority citizens that also represents the upper class of society, and the proletariat, majority working class citizens that are working to further the goals of the bourgeoisie or the upper classes of society. Now, this view of society pretty much mirrors what we have today in modern day capitalism, where majority of the working class citizens work 8, 9, 10 hours a day to make a small group of people richer and richer. Now, the media in this context is viewed as a tool, almost like a chess pawn for the bourgeoisie to use to propagate information and to maintain the status quo. Most importantly, to maintain the idea that capitalism is in the natural order of things. Examples of such use of the media can include product advertising and political propaganda videos. All this is in efforts to ensure that those who are in power stays in power, if not grow stronger in power. Years later, Antonio Gramsci came along and built upon Karl Marx's theory and introduced a concept called hegemony. More on that in the later classes. Now, this view of a relationship between the media and society is not without its criticism. Now, one major criticism of this Marxist theory is that it views the audience as passive consumers of the media, whereby we just sit here and accept information being thrown at us without having much question or giving it much thought. Which is why there is another dominant perspective of modern day capitalism and the role of media in it. We call it liberal pluralism. Liberal, which means freedom, asserts that every individual is given human rights, in particular the freedom of choice. It also celebrates the fact that we all live in a society that celebrates the differences in opinions, power, politics, and capitalism, and that at the heart of all this is a healthy democracy. The mass media role in this aspect merely acts as an unbiased agent that disseminates information for a healthy democracy to take place, thus assuming the audience as active participants of the media instead of passive as suggested by Karl Marx. So I hope this helps in your understanding of these media concepts. As always, do your research and do your readings. If you have further questions, feel free to approach me in class.